Wow, the markets are red. They're falling, and we have some major news that's causing the market to go down. Also, Bitcoin just broke. It broke out of a 8-year downtrend, and I'll explain what I mean by that. Kind of a crazy day at this point. If you don't mind, hit subscribe. Turn on the bell notification underneath the video so you can see future videos like this as soon as I make them. There's also going to be a link to Margex underneath the video in case you want to start trading with leverage. There's a link to Margex where you don't need a KYC, which means you don't have to put in a bunch of your personal information. You just give them your email, a password. You can also check their terms and conditions. You can set up two-factor authentication, and you can start trading very easily, very quickly. And I do think it's important to have something like this set up for when there are times of extreme volatility. So check that link out underneath the video. There's also a link to CoinW underneath the video as well. In case you want to buy just spot cryptocurrency, you can check out that link underneath the video. Now, you can see a lot of red, big red candle with us going from about 69,000, maybe 70,000 at the beginning of the day, down to about 65,000 on this chart. Kind of crazy how quickly this happened as well, and it's due to a couple different factors. And I really want to show you an important chart, so don't click away. But the rest of the crypto market is bleeding. All right, Bitcoin's at 66.8. But I mean, take a look at Ethereum down 7.7%, Solana down 13%, down around 150, XRP down 13%, almost down to 50 cents, Dogecoin down 11%, Cardano down 20%. We'll get to why this is and what I'm doing, whether it's time to panic. But right now, apparently there's an imminent attack from Iran. And what I've heard, and I'm no political expert, but what I've heard is they even threatened that if the U.S. steps in, that they will attack U.S. facilities. Now, this has caused a lot of panic in the traditional markets. The VIX, the volatility index, is something that a lot of people look at in traditional markets to determine like if there's some big event, if there's some extreme amount of volatility, if there's something scary. And you can see it's up 23% here today, really worrying the traditional markets. Let me actually pull up the traditional markets right now, because it's not just crypto. Crypto is not the only thing falling right now. The NASDAQ is down about 2%. Now, liquidations have also added to crypto falling. But as you can see here, Bitcoin dominance just hit a new high, around 56.35%. Now, this breaks a multi-year downtrend. Take a look at this. This goes back all the way to 2017, the beginning of 2017, and we got rejected here in January 2021, right around 74%, and we got rejected here recently around 55% back in February, and now we just broke out above this Bitcoin dominance line. Now, I think the next level we really should be looking at, it's right around here, right around 57%, maybe 58%. And that would push us up about 1% higher than we were today. This is a level of support during the last bull market. And it's causing a lot of alts to bleed. A lot of altcoins are bleeding to Bitcoin. You can see here too, there are some positives, right? For example, BlackRock aggressively pushing its Bitcoin ETF on Bloomberg with 7 ads on the homepage. This may be one of the reasons that we see Bitcoin dominance going up, is because yes, the whole market is scared. The whole market is causing liquidations or getting liquidated, but Bitcoin is being weighed down by the ETFs, right? There's one massive buyer of Bitcoin that's not necessarily buying a lot of the other altcoins. That is part of the reason why my portfolio is very heavy Bitcoin at this point. But you can see a lot of liquidations in the last hour. $418 million worth of longs liquidated. That's huge. Over the last 24 hours, 770 million. And you can see here, this is a liquidation heat map. A lot of shorts would be liquidated around 71, 72,000. But this is from 8 hours ago, and this is before we fell down. there were a lot of longs that would get liquidated around 67,000, around 66,000. Now we're kind of running out because there were just a lot of people that were long, that were aggressively long, and we kind of pile those around the current price when the price has been stagnant, right? When we were just around here, a lot of people put longs on to get some extra bang for your buck, and then boom, we fell down. So forced out a lot of people that were aggressive in the market. Now let's see if there's anything else I want to cover before we talk about whether this is really bad for the market. Nope, I think that's pretty much it. There are altcoins though that are down 20%, 30%. One cryptocurrency that I just added to recently is down 32%, which is more than a lot of these other cryptocurrencies because it is smaller. There are going to be alts that are down 25% within minutes. And it does remind us, okay, we are playing a game that we have. You can see Core here. That's actually the one that I was talking about. We are playing a game here where we do have to be careful, right? If you are investing in altcoins, you have to be careful. You realize that they are high risk, high reward cryptocurrencies. You should know that at least. And that is part of the reason that I have the majority of my crypto in Bitcoin. Now, am I freaking out today? No. Did my net worth go down a lot today? Yeah. When the market falls down like this, we all feel the pain, but I don't think it's anything to be worried about for the long term because oftentimes we do see big amounts of volatility like this and big news affect the crypto market. It does affect crypto prices, but oftentimes that's short-lived. A lot of the time it just scares the market, then it's bought right back up. We have the very fundamentally bullish event of the Bitcoin halving happening within a week or a week and a day. So I don't think that really changes the long-term outlook of Bitcoin. And by that, I mean, I don't think this dump changes the long-term outlook of Bitcoin. This is actually quite small compared to some dumps we've seen in the past. In the past, we've seen 60% dumps in one day. It sounds crazy, but it's happened. So a 5% day, maybe a 14% day, I don't think is that big of a deal. Now, would I be investing in altcoins today? I don't think it's really the worst idea, to be honest. Honestly, I don't think it's the worst time to be allocating when we are at new high dominance or new dominance highs. Like if we do get rejected by this 57% mark, you're pretty close to the top on Bitcoin dominance. Now, I'm not allocating any of my Bitcoin to altcoins right now. Maybe that happens in the future, but I am not personally buying a bunch of altcoins. Now, part of that is just for the same reason I've said in the past, which is I have a lot of money in crypto, and even just in Bitcoin, I'm going to make enough money to make a huge difference in my life. Like I will be set after this bull run if Bitcoin just does what most people think it's going to do. So I'm not really making a big shift right now. Now I might reallocate some alts because I have been looking to shift a little bit more capital into Solana, for example. I might make a shift there, but I will have to look at this after the video is done because I do make videos even before trading for you guys. So I don't think it's the worst idea to buy alts. Now, could you see a lot more pain? Yes, of course you could, especially if we fall down into the $50,000 range. Like alts are probably going to bleed a lot into Bitcoin. So you have to take a multi-month, maybe even longer approach if you're going to be allocating heavily to alts here today. But usually you want to buy when there's blood in the streets within crypto. I did go long on Bitcoin, a very I don't want to say low leverage, but a pretty low leverage long on Bitcoin, right around 66,400. And, I do think we will move up from here. You can see we did break down this trend line, but it's still at this point a higher low. You can see here we hit 59,000, 61,000, 62, 64. So if we hit the $65,000 mark on news that maybe we have another war, honestly, I think Bitcoin's looking pretty good then. Of course, we will have to watch the ETFs. That will make a big impact because oftentimes they buy on Saturday mornings when there's less liquidity in the market. So yeah, that could definitely force up or down the price tomorrow morning. But this is just something we'll continue to keep an eye on. Right now, though, I think this is a perfect time to add on a dip, right? We're on a when we scroll out, we are on a massive uptrend for Bitcoin. Like you can't deny it, right? Someone can go on Twitter and make a case for, oh, we're going to fall down, or try to make a case. But look at this. It's been pretty much up only, right? From 15,000, 16,000, 17,000, all the way up. And there are times of consolidation, like here. We trended sideways. This was quite boring, actually, for 7 months, 8 months? Then big move, then consolidation, then big move, then consolidation. Not long, in my opinion, before we have another big move. And, wherever you move these, right, we are in a bit of a triangle here. So I would expect a big move at some point, and we're just going to chop around until then. But it can be fun to trade with leverage, make some quick short-term profits. Of course, there's a lot of risk with that. Keep that in mind. But it can be a good time to add when you're seeing a bit of a dip in a larger macro uptrend. Let me know your thoughts on this underneath the video, though. Let me know if you're buying anything today. I appreciate you watching. Again, you can check out the links to Margex and CoinW. I'll see you in the next one.